thank you, whoever's lurking. Mr. M. Mr. MK. Morning, mate. Didn't expect you to pop in, sir. I thought you was an Andy stream. I've not, obviously, I've not streamed for a little while, just because this dizzy spell is not shifting, so I've got to see. Yeah, well, I prefer you. Thank you, MK. I was watching your stream last night. Absolutely legend, sir. You do make me laugh. That's why I love watching your streams. You're so much more entertaining out of all the. I think out of everyone that does the streaming, I would say yours is the most funniest and the most entertaining. That's why I love watching. You know, right up to the end. So yeah. So I thought, obviously, I weren't going to do any streaming for a bit because obviously these dizzy spells that I had and that fell I had. It should be more in the it should be more about in the community than about fixes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and they're just meaning. It's just meaning to an end. Yeah, of course it does. Yeah. So, but everyone's got their favourite at the end of the day. You know, Grumpy Andy. he don't. Grumpy Andy don't like his spamming, retracting messages, or spamming arts. And he obviously he's got a lot more new subscribers. He's obviously we've got our own sort of community where we all stick together at the end of the day. And like you said, we're not perfect, as we're not, you know, clearly the case. I'm not saying that I'm perfect because I've got my problems of my own on there, but I thought, obviously, due to that last blackout that I had, the doctors went to go and see the doctor, and the doctor actually just turned around and said, "Well, in future, if you're going to black out, don't come to the doctors. Go to the A&E department." And then, yeah, I thought, oh, that's fine, isn't it? So don't go and see the doctor. Go and waste 30 hours of sitting up the A&E in the UK, you know, and there's no guarantee that they're going to fix the problem at the end of it. Anyway, she's put me on these type of tablets. What's an A&E? It's basically an accident. It's an accident and emergency department that run 24/7. And if you Google it in the UK, you'll see the UK has one of the worst records by far with the, you know, instead of being admitted to hospital by a doctor, you can go as an emergency. So, but the downside to that is you're not classed as an emergency. So you might have to sit up there for, and I'm not kidding, up to 30 hours. So you might have to wait up to 30 hours that you might get seen. There's no guarantee, but I don't fancy sitting around for 30 hours there's no guarantee that they're gonna, you know, I might see a doctor. And then the chances are, you know, there might be people that have cut their thumb, or they're having back pain, or like myself, having massive dizzy spells at the end of it. So it's like going round in circles, my friend. It just feels like sometimes I'm wasting my time. You know, obviously you go to the doctors to, you know, ask for a medical advice, and that's their answer to everything. No, don't come to the doctors. We can't see to you. Well then, okay, fine. You know, that's their answer. Anyway, she's put me on these. I haven't got a clue what these are, but she said you can't stay on these. Now these are only little round tablets. She said you can only take one a day, and you can't stay on them. So she said these will stop half the dizzy spells, but unfortunately, like a lot of things, she turned around and said that you're going to have to go elsewhere to try and diagnose the problem. So it hasn't helped. The situation is just not helped. That's nice. Nice of the taxpayer. The same in Sweden, yeah. It takes years to get an operation. Yeah, most of them die. Do you know what? It's such a cruel world now, innit, what we live in. At the end of the day, we've got you're paying to the system, right? You help out, you try and do good, and then when you're not well, you try and ask for a little bit of a medical advice and to have a look. And you know, and we just feel like we're sheep. I mean, that's just what we feel like. We're just sheep. So we're not getting nowhere, and that's, you know. So her answer is like everything else. Is, well, if you need more medical advice, you just have to go to the hospital. Thanks. Thanks for your not helping at the end of the day. So when these run out, I'm going to be getting back to this. I'm still feeling dizzy now. I mean, I'm ever so slight headed, just ever so light. Really, I would say it feels like, all I could describe it is, it's like having the after effects of a drink, that you're a little bit tipsy. Yeah, there's too many people on the system and the random stuff. Yeah, and it puts. I'm afraid to say, Mr. MK, it's too true, my friend. Far too true. You know, when there's genuine people out there that do want the help. Obviously, there's got to be a reason. I've never suffered from anything like this, so I don't know. Anyway, so I thought I'm going to get back into streaming, and guess what come today? Obviously, I've been waiting for it on that front. Obviously, I ordered it at the same time as Mr. PCDD. There was a My Bench power supply come today. Wait, come yesterday. Sorry, let's clarify that. Yesterday, obviously, I had to pay the customs fee, and it took a couple of days. They delivered it about 5:30 in the UK. So I've paid the customs fee. I've not opened it yet. At the end of it, it weighs about 4 kg on that front. So hopefully this will be a big improvement of this one here. I mean, don't get me wrong, Mr. MK, this is the same one. It's very similar to yours. At the end of the day, they have about 30 volts, 5 amps. Now this one, 114 volts and 60 amps. It uses a buck converter, so I haven't opened it yet, obviously. I can't breathe on this table, for the love of God. But last night I was trying to find out. Obviously, I had this from when I had my Ford Galaxy before I sold it, but something packed up on it. Yeah, I do need more. I do need more than the moment. Probably will never. I think, but it's not offered at all, really. Yeah, it sounds like it's Carrefour's level. Yeah, I mean, yes, you're right, exactly. Now I know Andy don't like car radios, and obviously I don't deal with them. Now this was working lovely, and it decided to pack up. I'm afraid this is way out of my league on this front, because obviously this one's got a DVD thing on it, but something's blown on this board. Yeah, he likes project. Oh yeah, you can't mention that word. Don't mention that. He hates that word. He bans people or even times them out. He says, no, time out. I'm not having that word on stream. So all I'm doing is just putting it back together. I mean, it's been apart for God knows how long. I just ain't got round to doing it. So I thought, everyone's jumped on Andy's stream. I thought, do you know what? Get back into a little. Yeah, I'm a bad boy. This is what I love about you, Mr. MK. You are so funny. At the end of it, he's probably tugging away at something. Obviously, Mr. Worms is doing my Atari boards on that front, but yeah, I mean, he said he's taking all the RAM out, and he's going to put him go. He's taking the RAM out, and he's going to be putting headers in. So, but he has managed to fix one of them. He's managed to get one up and running. Not the prettiest, but it's not the easiest either. I mean, as Clint Eastwood always says, a man's got to know his limitations. And that's why I stopped before I balls deep every cup. I went, right, don't do no more, stop, because you're going to damage something and make it 500 times worse. And that's when Mr. Worms stepped in. He said, I can do that for you. And hats off to him. He done exactly that. Weren't the easiest. Yeah, I love Squish. The best mod for the community. And he talks to everyone. Of course he does. He's the most likeable person going. That is why I thought I've not been feeling too great, which I'm still not 100% myself, but I do love watching the stream. So I've got to admit, it is absolutely legendary on that front. So yeah, this is the reasons why I thought, oh, I'll jump on, but I know Andy's on because everyone wants to jump into Andy's stream at the end of it, and it's understandable at the end of it. But yeah, so that's not gone in too great. Jeez. So obviously, Mr. PCDD, we was on his stream a couple of nights ago. Mr. Pico asked Mr. PCDD, he said he wants to do another charity stream. And Mr. Pico recommended, he said, why don't you get other streamers involved as well? Which is, I totally agree. Yeah, I can't sit that. I can't feel it. Yeah, sit that feeling. Yeah, sorry for yourself, but we need laughter. Exactly. Yeah, don't care about what the others think. Just do what you think is to your viewers. Yeah, exactly. Do you know what, Mr. Inca? You're 100% right, sir. As always, you know, it's the best entertainment. I mean, I don't own a TV license in the UK. I've not had one for nearly coming up to about 18 years. I've not owned for a TV license. I'm not paying for something that's extortionate and a corruption broadcasting network. Since the internet's come along, since the early 90s, you know, it's obviously gone in leaps and bounds. And now, you know, you never even thought about streaming or doing anything, you know, but it's one of the best entertainments going. Why would you want to pay for something when it's out there for free and you get much more enjoyment out of it? I mean, I'm not saying, I can't speak, it's not for everyone, far from it, which is not, but it's a great situation to be in, you know. And again, it's all about the learning curve at the end of it. So, which this is a prime example of what I said earlier on about, you know, getting other people involved in, you know, in the community. Hold up a minute. What's going on there? Why is that? Does that go this way? Oh, it might go this way. I'm not. Oh God, I'm confused. That's the only thing with these bloody car stereos. They are not the easiest. No, something's not right there. Ah, there you go. Right, hold up a minute. So where's these bits go? Right. One goes in the back. Well, I mean, they must have gone somewhere. One's got a Wi-Fi connection. I don't even know what that one is. What is that? That looks like an antenna or something. Oh, it looks like Wi-Fi. Right, so obviously, I think that's how it goes. It sits like that. Like, this is the reasons why these bleeding things, you know, obviously I've lost all the screws and, oh, you know what they're like. You start on a project and you think, no, it ends there. Now the TV, it needs competition, or they get complicated. Yeah, the complacement. Yeah, or you just get a complacement sign. That's exactly, yeah, exactly it, Mr. MK there. Yeah, the TV is. I'm thinking that the TV's like all TVs. I mean, I'm not. I can't speak it's for everyone, but the UK is just. To be honest, it's the same with. I'm not that I'm being biased or anything, but it's the same with. Why do we have to have royals in the UK? I could never understand it. Lou. Oh yes, New Year's. Is it New Year's? New Year's. New. It is 31st, so it's New Year's. New Year's Eve. So yeah, tomorrow will be. Well, actually, it'll be a New Year's Day in, obviously in Sweden. It's I forgot. Over there. It should be 2026. UK hasn't reached that yet. That'll probably be tonight. At the end of it, I don't celebrate. It's like bloody Christmases and birthdays. I'm just glad it's over. that's all part of the getting old sort of situation. Where you just think, oh, I can't be asked. Just no, there's too much. No, turn it off. um, it's just always end up being like it. I'm afraid to say, but yeah, I could yeah, it's like the same in the UK. Everyone loves the royals. I'm not a royalist. I don't know why we have them. To be honest, they don't. I don't think they've ever. They said they've contributed since the war times. Well, obviously, I wasn't born around in the war times. I was born in the 70s. So obviously, it obviously means nothing to me at the end of the day. But like everyone has to have a royal. I don't know if you've actually got royals in Sweden. Not all countries have got, like, you know, they've got a president or they've got a prime minister to a certain degree, or they've got royals and a bit of both, you know. But yeah, I don't get that. I just don't. I don't understand what that's all about, to be honest. You know, so I'll leave that side of politics alone because I think I don't get involved with it. I just don't. It just hurts me head too much. I thought, oh no. I thought, no, that's it. I've turn it off. Just turn it off. It's too painful. So, obviously, it's like a 90% of everything else in life. If it's too painful, just turn it off. Yeah, we have. I thought you did. Yeah, the royals, but I would rather use the word. Yeah, use the words leeches. Yes, I'm pretty sure the Sweden and the UK. There's links in with the royals because I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, off the top of my head, some of the royals have obviously got German blood. They've also got Swedish blood. I'm not, without googling it, but as I said, I don't understand with it when it comes to the royal family. But I do know that they are sort of partly tied to that front. So, but it amazes me how the other half live. They don't have to struggle for they are linked in interbreeding. Yeah, I thought they did. Yeah, interbreeding. Literally, you're thinking, oh no. You're thinking, well, that's it. That's that bugger then, isn't it? You're thinking, the trouble is, like a lot of the royals, that they always end up thinking they're one above the rest of everyone else. It's like I said, it's all right. It's all right for how the other half live. They don't have to worry about struggling, putting the eating on, you know, putting food on the table, paying the bills at the end of it. And like you said, that's without it costing if you have to pay for your medication, you know. And like you said, doctor's appointments or hospital appointments, you think, oh my God, where does it stop? They don't have to worry about that. The royals have literally... Carrefour! Yeah, don't worry, my friend. I haven't got no Velcros today. I wasn't gonna. Do you know what? I know Andy's got a lot in his stream. There's a lot of new people in here, and I don't even know who they are. I was just saying this to Mr. MK. So obviously, I wasn't gonna. Obviously, I'm a little bit better. I'm not great on that front. CNR has got the new power supply there. Yes, Mr. Mr. Cartford. Yeah, that is true, sir. I managed to get the. I've got my new power supply. I've not opened it yet. Wow, that's the 140. Yes, obviously. Do you know what? It goes to show how brain dead I am. I will say it. I don't care. Goes to show how brain dead I am. I had to pay the import fees, right? Which is, it shows you on here, right? So the import fee for this has been sitting here. The date was sitting there since the 18th. Well, I had no notification how long this was sitting at Gatwick in the UK. It sat at Gatwick, and it sat there for over, getting on for 2 weeks, and they sent me no notification. There was no. It's basically saying there's no import duty, no exercise duty, but the UK charged me £38 in tax, right? And then I had to pay a £12 handling fee for the post office to handle the postage. So in a grand total, I had to pay £50.25. So yes, but it weighs 4 kg. It weighs 4 kg. Fucking thing's massive. This dwarfs. It's going to dwarf my other one. I'm obviously on there. Obviously, this is the exact same one as Mr. PCDD. So obviously, she's a bit of a beast because if I remember correctly, there's not much inside these. It uses buck converter technology, which they all use buck converters anyway. It's just that this buck converter is much bigger, which gives it more of a kick on that front. I've not opened it up because obviously I've got a couple of items that I was doing, but yes, she dwarfs this one here. Obviously the rock seed, and these weren't cheap either. The rock seeds. The Coda's got one of these. He's actually got 2. The Coda. Yeah, that's bang for your buck. Yeah. Oh yeah, do you know, great pun. Thank you, Mr. MK. I just fell in. Yeah, just thinking. Hang on a minute. That's a bang for your buck there. I'm telling you. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, Mr. the Coda. He's got 2 of these. He's got a double, and he's got the exact same one as that on that front. Yeah, that's what I do. This is what I do. Thanks, MK. That's I didn't realise what I just said there. It's just bang for your buck. But it does. It uses buck tech. If you don't know what buck technology is, it's basically, it's like this. I made this up, right? I made this. I bought this in a kit, and I put this together. It's literally what we got. We got a 50k pot. This is a boosted amplifier that I made up. I cut a bit of steel off at the bottom of it because it never had one. I put the heat sink is the 5902X, which is on this chip that takes all of the information. We've obviously got power going in, right, and then we've got speakers coming out, and then this is your input basically, so you can bung anything into it. I was going to convert it and actually use it as a Bluetooth device, but you can get these off AliExpress, don't you? About £7, they're not. But that's what I made up. Put that one together. Obviously, don't know what I was thinking there when I was building that. I must come out, but it does. It works. It works quite well. Obviously, I put a little diode in so it all lights up. But that's how it runs. It runs in a very similar way. Power, obviously, like, you know how they work. I don't need to explain. But it just that the output is much more of a higher voltage comparing to what these ones were running at. Most of these bench power supplies will use buck converter technology anyway. It's the only way to kick it up, to get the power up it needs. and there's not much in these. You open these up, there's not much in them. It's just a circuit board and a display. But if you look at the circuitry and how it's run, the buck converter technology on it is very small. It's the reasons why it's limited in power on that. And obviously the one I've just purchased is obviously 4 times larger. So that is why they're expensive. Obviously it needs bigger capacitors and obviously more of a voltage kick when it needs to get the voltage up, because these will limit to 30, these will limit at 30 volts at 5 amps max, or 5100. You can overvolt them a bit. Mr. Pico, yes, I know, I wasn't going to stream, my friend, but guess what come today? Oh, it didn't come today. I keep saying today. It come yesterday. Sorry. My bench power supply. How you feeling, mate? Yeah. As I was explaining to Mr. MK, I'm still feeling dizzy. They've given me these tablets, but I can't stay on them at the end of the day. I don't know what these are, but she said you can only have one and you shouldn't be driving. She said, because if you're blacking out, she said, it's dangerous. She said these will make you drowsy, which they do. That is why I thought I need to get something to engage to sort of like wake myself up a bit, but I'm still feeling lightheadedness. It won't go for some reason. But the doctors is not very helpful, because one, the doctor had a cold, and I went, great. You know, I don't want to catch her a cold. She had a cloth over her mouth, one of those masks. And then she said, oh, if you black out again, don't come to the doctors. She said, go to the A&E department. And I don't fancy sitting up there, as I was just explaining to Mr. MK. You know, I don't fancy sitting up there for about 30 hours just to get told to go home at the end of it. So, I don't know. I'm at my wit's end. I don't know what to bloody do at the end of it. I found this in the cupboard. This was on my old radio. This works lovely. This come out of my Ford Galaxy before I sold it, but it packed up. But obviously it was in bits laying in the bottom of the cupboard. I was obviously trying to find all the bits for it. Obviously Andy likes car radios, obviously. That's why he don't deal with them. That's why I thought everyone's in Mr. Andy's stream. I thought I'm going to jump on. I thought it's nice to actually see. But Mr. Carford, am I right in saying, sir? Did you say that you bought the bench power supply and all? Did you get this? You didn't get the same one as Mr. PCDD, did you? Because I've not opened that. I've not opened it up yet, which I will do once I put all this back together. Because I know you was looking for a bench power supply and all, sir. No, I've had the riding RD6. Oh, right, for years. Yeah, obviously. What's the maximum voltage on that then? Is obviously it's going to be a lot better than the Rockseed and all the others, the cheap branded ones. At the end of it, I mean, that Rockseed weren't. That was over 100 quid. I paid about 120 for that. Oh right, 60 volts at 0.6 amps. Right, so yeah, still a 60 volt one. So yeah, still nothing to. I mean, obviously, a lot of the downgraded versions, obviously, the most on there, like 30 volts or 31 volts. I can't crank that up any higher than that. I suppose you could do if you turn up the buck converter up a bit on it, but I wouldn't recommend it. You'll probably burn it out. But yeah, but that's still nothing to sniff about. I mean, that one I've just got there is the same one as Mr. PCDD. It's 114 at 60 amps. Obviously, is it 60? Yeah, I think it is 60 amps. Compared to the 5 amp one I've got, that's a massive upgrade on that front. But fuck you, who's going to crank up 60? What are you going to do at 60 amps? I mean, you don't. I mean, you're now getting up to obviously 60 amps. You're now getting close to coming up to a welder, because a welder's about 80 amps in it for welding. but you still, nothing's going to, I mean, that's overkill for everything anyway. You don't really need anything. I don't think there is anything that will take. Why did you get such a powerful power supply? Are you planning for a Furby? Okay, yeah. Do you know what? 60 amps will liven that up, all right, mate. I don't worry about that front. Unbelievable. Yeah, you're right. 100%. Fucking that'd light up like a Christmas tree. But that's actually quite funny. Yeah, the Furbies will be coming back. Well, they won't be coming back. They'll be barbecued at that. I mean, even they'll be on fire. Get a fire. Actually, I've got a fire extinguisher, say in the kitchen, so I should be all right. keep one at hand, just in case, like, you know. Unbelievable. I mean, yeah, nothing. I'm not being funny. Nothing's going to crank up to, not even 20 amps. You know, on that front, you just won't need. You won't need anything that powerful. At the end of the day, I mean, bloody hell, what's a car battery? A car battery is anywhere up to about 8. It depending on the cold cranking amps, roughly around about 7 to 9 on a 9,000 cranking amps to give that bit of a kick. I mean, you always drop down a bit of a voltage when your car's cold anyway. Well, it does in the UK. It's bloody freezing. I woke up to bloody ice on the window on that front. Obviously, in the UK, you can't regulate. There's no way of regulating our weather. You might forget it. You know, the Brits moan that it's far too cold. I've got to admit, it is. It's nice when it snows, because actually snow can actually make it warmer. But the only downside is it's dangerous to walk on. And I can't afford to take any more bangs. I've already had enough. Blackouts. I don't fancy any more at the end of it. So yes. But yeah, nothing's going to power up that much. You don't. It's overkill. It's literally overkill. It's just that there was. Yeah, snow insulates. Yeah, the heat and the sand. It does. It is true. When it snowed in the UK 2 years ago, we had about 4 to 5 inches of snow, and it was actually warmer. I know it sounds dumb. It was actually warmer on that front. I mean, it was good because I was just watching all the kids playing snowball fights at the end of the day. So yeah, it does look pretty, especially up where my mum lives. She's facing a massive big green, and it's all like deers just wandering around, and it actually looks quite pretty. So I need to know is what freaking screws do I put back into this, because obviously I've lost half the screws out of this. And I can't find them for toffee, and that's what I'm just trying to. This is reasons why I like a pot of screws. You know, if it drives you screwy, you know what's done it. You're thinking, oh no. I think there might be smaller ones. What about these? Will these do? Can I call you Mister? I still need to set up all my memes yet. Obviously, I've not done none of that. I've not been feeling too great. That front. That's why I've just really been jumping on everyone else's stream. Obviously, I thought I know Andy's on there, and I thought let's just jump on the stream and just, you know, I know I don't like streaming when other streamers are on, because obviously no one jumps in your stream, so there's no point. But as soon as I know that when you was on Mr. MK, I noticed a few people straight away, they went, no, we'll leave Andy's, we'll come straight on yours, because it was much more entertaining. Yeah, 3 degrees it's at Menlo today, so we can finally wear pants. Yes, so yes, because as again, it's warmer. Yeah, obviously, even just turning up a few degrees, it's absolutely really nice. But yeah, I did. That did make me laugh yesterday. It's just that everyone was in Andy's stream, and as soon as Mr. MK come on, they're thinking, right, that's it. let's jump out of Andy's stream. Let's go on Mr. I know I didn't even hesitate. I went, let's go on Mr. MK's. I like Mr. MK's. -6 for Jesus God. Oh, fucking hell. I moaned about we moaned about it was -2 this morning. -16. Fuck me, that's colder than my freezer. Bloody Nora. That is serious. I mean, that's like Siberian weather. I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, that's something to say about moaning about how cold it is. I mean, Christ. Oh, I don't think... the Brits moan about it now. Yeah, it would be 19 around about... Good God. Do you know what? I'm not joking. That's anywhere above -5 to -7, you can seriously get frostbite. And obviously, you don't want to get frostbite. I watched a documentary about frostbite. Your fingers go black. That means it's completely dead. And that temperature, what you're saying, at -19, it's literally, you don't want to get, you don't want to end up going for a quick wheeze and your pecker's out, and then all of a sudden you're going to get frostbite on it. That's the last thing you don't want to end up getting. You're going to end up at the hospital thinking, well, how did you do that? Well, no, don't ask. You're thinking, oh no, quick, call an ambulance. No, we haven't got one. Yes, that is cold. Yes, I rode a motorcycle at -30 and my feet was for 2 days. Oh, you're lucky. You are so lucky that you did not get frostbite on that front, because you could have easily lost your fingers, sir. That's what the cold does. Obviously, the UK has never ever experienced anything like that. I think it only went. I think the only worst day that London had, and it was recorded. Yeah. I was lucky there. Yeah, I'm afraid you were very, very lucky. Especially on your bike and all. On that front. The UK, I think, roughly around about the 19th century, London froze for the very first time to freeze to freeze the Thames. And I've never seen that. Obviously, that was before our time. I mean, obviously going back 100 years ago, over 100 years. And right back to the whole of the River Thames froze. And they was doing ice skating on it. I mean, that's how bad that the UK. I think that's the worst by far that they've always had. They said that they ended up having. We've never had one since. I mean, we've had the most it's been up to. It's been up to about -7. We've never ever had to suffer that. Never. Not at -30. Fucking Jesus. Fucking, you're moaning about it's cold. I mean, you know, the Brits moan at cold. You don't know nothing. Just go over to them places and you'll know about the cold weather. But that's astronomical. It's also dangerous. Like I said, very, very dangerous. So, but yeah, I don't think I want to be hanging around at that sort of temperatures. Definitely not. So yes, Mr. Mr. Pico, when do you actually go back to work, sir? Because I forgot it's New Year's Eve, innit? So obviously everyone's going to be out celebrating. In the UK at the moment, everyone's panic buying like they do every bloody year. I don't get it. I really don't get it. You know, but yeah, very, very lucky there, Carrefour. Very lucky, sir. Obviously, you don't really want to do that again. Preferably not. It's on the 3rd. Okay, my friend, no worries. At the end of it. So yes, they give me these tablets. These bloody tablets. I can't even. Don't even ask me how to pronounce that because I haven't got a clue. All I know for a fact is I can't stay on these, and these are supposed to stop the dizzy spells. at the end of the day. You know, like it feels like you've been sitting on like a merry. You know, like when you go on a roundabout and you're going round and round in circles. It's like if you stand around and do helicopter, you're spinning around, and then you stop and your head's still spinning. Yeah, that's just how it feels. That's, you know, it's absolutely you can't stop it. Once it starts, it seems like it don't want to stop. And it's just how you know, that's the only feeling I can advise. It's a horrible feeling, horrible feeling. Obviously, I'm putting all bloody odd screws in here because I can't find half the screws. No, that's obviously that's not the right screw. It's still got a gap in it. I found a Roberts radio. I don't know if this works or if this has got a problem. Well, I did have the power supply for it, but I bloody lost it. But it don't matter. I could do voltage injection from the bench power supply. So, and the sticky and the glue come off the handle, so it needs to be re-glued back down at the end of it. And there was another car radio. I think it was one of these cheap ones, but it got a bloody crack in the screen. But again, I don't know if this actually worked or not. Is there bits right? No. I thought there was bits rolling around inside. So yeah, I don't know what this is. So it was in a box of other bits and pieces. So obviously, I don't know where this was the top part. I don't know where the bloody bottom part's gone. Obviously, I had a bottom part and a top part to this. Fat lot of good where that's gone because I ain't got a clue. But hopefully. So yes, everyone was on Mr. MK's stream last night. Absolutely legendary. That made me laugh. That did make me laugh. Did they monitor you? No, I'm afraid they didn't, Mr. MK. This is my argument, sir. All she did. All she turned around and said was, "There's really not a lot we can do, right? If you're feeling, I'm not making this up. I was in. Not only did I wait over an hour for an appointment, right? They give you an appointment time. She was running an hour behind, right? So the time she got to see me, she turned around and said, well, she took me. She put this thing on my arm to check my level. She said, "Oh, your levels are good. Your level." She said, If you're feeling dizzy in future, don't come to the doctors. Yeah, you can. You mentioned that you eat little. I'm not. What it is, Mr. MK, I've got hiatus hernia. So what it is, I've got a tear in the stomach lining. When I've been moving. Well, obviously I work in a furniture shop, so I move furniture around, and it's ruptured part of the tube lining of my stomach. And I know it's only a small tear, but I'm on these gastro sort of tablet things. Yeah, MK's always is good to stream and watch. As always, I love to jump on Mr. MK's stream and watch him put him. Yeah, it's true what Mr. MK said. It's all about fun. I mean, we're learning. To me, it's like I said. It's it's good that we're trying to learn as we sort of progress. We're not perfect. No one's perfect. If everyone said they're perfect, they're bloody biased. Then no one's perfect, mate. It's not an easy and like Mr. PC DD always said when I jumped on his stream, and Mr. Pico's on there. He actually said at the end of the stream, it's not easy to sit in front of a camera and entertain people. I totally agree 100%. It is really hard to do. At the end, you've got to keep the engagement going. It's not easy. It's not for everyone. It's all right for everyone sitting behind, typing in, laughing and joking, but you've got to make it entertaining. And it's very, very difficult. But some people have got it naturally, obviously, depending how big your community is. Obviously, we're still learning as we still are. But to me, I just think it's more entertaining. I just look at it as an entertaining purposes. At the end of that, Yeah, it doesn't affect me. But yeah, but I will do better, Mr. Pico. I mean, literally, Mr. MK, it's like you said, sir. You know, as clean, everyone knows their limitations. Chris, how you doing, my friend? Thank you for popping on. I know it's good to see the original faces. This is what I love. When you've got all new faces coming and you think, I don't know half these people, but when you're seeing the all us old timers all coming back on, you're thinking, oh, do you know what? It feels like it's just like home time, doesn't it? At the end of the day, and I don't get told. I won't tell you to put your hand down or stop retracting your messages or putting your, things like that. Yeah, freezing. I've had to put the heating on. Well, do you know what, Mr. Christopher, sir? I've had to put the diesel heater on. I've literally had to put the diesel heater on. It's literally that frigging cold. Yeah, message retracted. So you know Andy don't like that. He really, that's one of his pet hates. And don't mention projectors. Just don't mention projectors. Don't put your hands down. Stop asking. It's like going back at school. It literally is. And I'm sitting there, I'm peeing myself laughing. It feels like the more you tell someone, it's a bit like telling a dog, right? The dog's just going to go and do against it. Yeah, that's you. You know it, didn't you? It's like put your hand down. Put your hand down. There's no need for it. So, this is the reasons why I think, like a lot of streams, like it's just absolutely. Oh, you know, it gives me a lot. Literally, yeah, projected. Please don't say that to Mr. Swindon. I don't. He won't like that word. He'll put you timed out or he'll get you up. You're thinking, oh no. Yeah, that's part of the curse on that front. He really did like it. So I thought, all right, that's it. Stop it. No, but like I said, none of us are perfect in that sort of sense. But unbelievable. Oh look, I've just found. Look, I'm going. Where's the fucking? Oh no, that ain't the one. I thought that was the screw for it for a minute. I thought, oh lovely, found it. No, that ain't the one. It don't work. No, I've lost that for completely. Yeah, he should say. Yeah, he should say that it's for fun. Of course he's. Yeah, I totally agree. He's able to say that in the Swedish the projector, and it said that was fine. You literally know it, did you? Think, oh no. You think you're like, well, I said I've got a projector. Mine's fine. It was work. All I had was a dodgy bulb. I've had dodgy bulbs for years. So I thought, well, what's a few dodgy bulbs? No. Carrefour he found a loophole. Nice one, Carrefour. Yeah, you think that's it? Oh, do you know what's made me cry of laughter? That's absolutely brilliant. Yeah, I didn't get a time out. Yeah, normally he times you out. You think, right, that's it. You're going to be sitting in the naughty corner, sitting on the prickly mat, thinking, don't move. You've got to stay there. Oh no. Oh dear, that's giving me an headache through laughing. That's absolutely legendary. Absolutely legendary, that is. There's what I said about all the us original bunch. Can you imagine if we all got together? Oh my God, it'd be like, it'd be chaos. It literally would be chaos. Stuart said the same thing. He said, it would be great if everyone could meet up in an hall or something and do a retro event at the end of the day. Yeah, it'd be really cool actually. I'd like that. That would, but you know, we just have to 60 volts. Yeah, well, we could inject 60 volts into the Furby and see if it livens him up a bit. I don't know how Mr. Pico's getting on with his one since I've passed it over. It was obviously going about ping pong and pizza. Obviously. You know what these Furbies are like? It's ping pong and pizza. What a combination! You know, that actually creeped me out. Yeah, that does sound awesome. What combination is that? Ping pong and pizza. Do you know what really done it though? Is when I turned that Furby upside down. How the friggin' hell did it know that I turned it upside down on there? Yeah, I'd go from ping pong to 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 the predatory pain. Yes, I'm afraid that was it. I've never seen anything like it. Out of all the Furbies, that was the only one that I turned upside down, and it knew it didn't like being turned upside down. And that actually creeped me out. I'm glad I got rid of that one. I've been freaking hell quick. Or take the batteries out. I honestly thought it was going to be like a night like Chucky, like coming out with a knife or something. And I went, no, it's all right. I've got Bronson here. I've got to be all right. I should be all right. Yeah, I wonder if that fur would melt at 60 volts. Fucking jeez. Yeah, that 100%. Definitely 100%. Yeah, you'd save a Furby for the MK increase, just in case if he sends you the robot. Yes, Mr. MK. What happened to that poor robot? You actually did get to a certain degree. It did actually work, which I was mesmerised. I went, oh, he's got it going, good. But that's where it stopped. Obviously, like the parts of it must have had some form of dementia because it won't work after that. It's on its way to you, Mick. Oh, nice one. The board works, the motor's not, right? So we've obviously got a motor issue, but we'll get back into it. I totally agree. Yeah, because I'm really intrigued. But now you know, and as I said to Mr. PCDD in his live stream, right? Everyone deals with doing their own thing. Obviously, I would say you're more of an expert in Mr. MK in controllers because you've done a lot of controllers in your time. So yeah, no, the motor's fine. It's the wiring is not. Yeah, so I think that now you've dealt with a little bit of retro tech. Now you can understand, and then this is what I said to Mr. Pico and everyone else in the stream. Retro is, Mr. PC asked me, he said, what do you find it easier or harder? I actually did say this, and me and Mr. Pico had the same conversation. It's actually harder because, one, getting the parts. I think that you just need to add the battery positive to the switch. Yeah, but the trouble is you need the layout because obviously the switch, obviously where you've got multiple coloured wires of the same kind, obviously black might be a negative, but it needs to be on the positive side to one of the other terminals to make it connect. And the trouble is with them switches, you've got a thing called a three-way phase. So obviously you've got a black and negative for the battery, then you've got another one to operate the motor and the other one for the movement. Now the trouble is you're mixing and matching them up, and that's the trouble you're having. Yeah. Sometimes next week I'll box that stereo. Yes, thank you, bud. Yeah, much appreciated, and you send it to you, Mick, and that should be back to normal. Well, that's why I've left it. I've not ordered no capacitors. I'm just gonna wait a couple of days. And then once New Year and everything, the post is all back to normal. Remember, the post is going to have everything backed up at the end of the day. So there's going to be a backlog of everything. Well, obviously, people have ordered bits and pieces. I've ordered some pots for the Atari 2600 because I did have some, but I've lost them. I can't find nothing in here. I want to order some more belts for the Grundig reel to reel. I want to reorder them again by a different company at the end of the day. Obviously she sent me the wrong one out, and I still never received that belt she sent out at the end of it. Yeah, I've got loads of stuff I need to order, so I'm waiting. Yeah, exactly. So you're like me. I need to order pots for that record player. I want to get them ordered. Yeah, so I will get them. I want to get that sorted so I can get making that. But this is the reasons why half the projects are sitting here. I just can't do nothing until I get parts. This is what I'm saying to Mr. MK. When you're dealing with retro stuff, right, and you're trying to get parts, one, you've got a very hard job of getting hold of them. In my case, in the UK, I have to buy a complete unit, which ends up costing quite a bit. I mean, look at the Grundig mini disc and CD player. I had to pay £50 for a non-working one, lucky enough, I managed to fix that to get that put back again. So I can get that one. And I've been using it and it's been working lovely. So obviously I've had to put the old one back up for sale, that front. But it's like 90% of all stuff at the end of it. So yeah, I've got a lot of stuff that needs, so I'm waiting. So this is what I'm saying. A lot of people end up just waiting for parts, but it's not worth it until give it a couple of days, give it a week or so. I'm going to give mine about a week. That'll give that time then to post, to backdate everything that's been in post, and then I can get stuff ordered, so it won't be so bad. That front. But yeah, I think Mr. MK's issue with his robot, I think that's the issue you're having. Them wires is that the only best way to trace them wires, if that was me, Mr. MK, what I would have done is trace the wires back to the source, right? And then try and work out if what goes in pairs. So the way I would have done it is, say for argument's sake, you've got these, right? You've got a bunch of wires coming out, right? Coming out of the system. Follow this is the route I would have gone down. Take the one wire, go back, label it, right? And this is why I always keep sticky notes, right? I would have stuck a little sticky note or just a little mark or something, or mark it saying number 1. And then follow that wire to see where it goes, because obviously they're now been uninstalled, right? And mark that as a number 1. And then you can follow that wire back to its source where it's come from. And then you'll find another wire, like a black, that branches off somewhere, but will come up to the same point of where that wire would have gone. So that would then think, right, well, that must be a negative to that wire. And that's the route I would have gone down. And then paired them up, just to try it, right? And then start off on one of them at a time before touching anything else. So that's the route I would have gone down. And that would have then made more sense to thinking, right, well, I now know that that wire is partly linked to that. So don't worry about your other wires. Put them to one side. Start off and making a pair first. And in that way, once you've got that figured out, you now think, right, I can eliminate that. That is now done. Let's concentrate on the others. Same thing applies again. And then go from there. And also, I've noticed one thing that you didn't do. Take continuity test, right? Put a probe at one end and put a probe at the other. Make sure that wire is not broke. So that's another test I would have done. So it's all little things like that to try to engage to help. I mean, it's just, that's the route I would have took. It may not be for everyone, but that's the way I would have first started off at the end of the day. And while you've got the motor out, right, now this is where you need a bench power supply, is isolate the wires for the motor itself, and just literally, yeah, I appreciate the tips, and then try the motor on a bench power supply just to make sure the motor works, because you could be wasting your time doing that if the motor's burnt out, because straight away that you're thinking, right, oh, okay, if the motor's not working on that. Yeah, with retro you need to take it apart to find the issue exactly, yes, and then make a parts list, and then set that aside, and then source the parts, and then what you're going to, yes. So exactly. So sometimes you might need to wait for parts. I mean, this is what I'm saying. So before you do anything, I would have checked the motor first, isolated it, put some voltage injection, make sure the wires ain't connected, because the last thing, but make a note of where the wires, the rotation goes round. So just make a little diagram, or I'll tell you what, get like a pen, like a permanent marker, and put a little dob onto the mark point, and then you know where that has to go back. It's all these little things that you need, that you can build up on, and this is how I have to do when I have to do retro stuff. So obviously I'm not perfect at it, but it stops me then getting confused, because when you're engaging doing live stream, you've got to concentrate and also try to do a repair, and it's not easy to do, because obviously that front, and it's so easily to get distracted, and Christ is it easily to get distracted, and then you forgot what you was intending to do. But that's the route I would have done. Break it down into parts and then go from there. on that front. But I would say that's a good starting point, and you will get somewhere, guarantee it. But you won't get anywhere if the motor's burnt out, because then you're gonna have to do what Mr. Pico said, is write down a parts list, thinking, oh right, well first thing I'm going to need to get a motor at the end of, well, AliExpress sell motors at the end of the day. Make sure that they've got the correct voltages on there. Lucky enough, their motors are not very powerful on that front, so you won't run into a problem. But what the problem that you might run into, if it had a broken arm or something like that, or there was a bit of plastic completely missing of trying to get the part for, that you might run into, because you might have to buy a complete broken one. Yeah, Renko, you're just doing fine. So yeah, just be yourself, keep going to your experience, and then yeah, and it'll grow more and more. But yeah, Mr. Renko, you're right. You're going in the right direction. So, but we are always willing to help, 100%. But I would say that is a good tip for what I recommended. No, just don't. You're trying to concentrate on too many wires and wondering where it all goes. That's the route I would have gone down, because even if that was put to my way, that would have been even overwhelming for me. So that's what I would have done. I would have separated and gone into parts. I would have done it in parts, and then that way it would have made it easier for me to then think, no, I know where this goes. I can make a better judgment than try to judge 6 or 7 wires. Where the bloody hell did all these go? Yeah, I know you guys are the best. I mean, but this is what I'm saying. This is why we love helping, because it literally on the divide, conquer, and like coding. Yes. So yeah, 100%. I think you're going in the right direction. It's like you said, you will succeed, and 100%, sir. But don't run away with, like I've always said, not everything is fixable. Can't guarantee that it's going to be 100% fix. Even I can't even guarantee that, even with the stuff I do, and I'm not an expert at the end of the day. Comparing, I've only been doing this for the last 6 months. I've not even been doing this for a year at the end of the day. But I've learned a hell of a lot within that 6 months. It feels like I've gone back to school to learn. Obviously, I'm not an expert when it comes to things like this and reading. I'm still struggling. I find the issues of struggling of reading things. Obviously, this is the reasons why I stick with retro. But even I end up finding it ends up being the most bloody more difficult at the lot at the end of the day. But this is the idea of the community all jumping in, all helping each other, and this is what I love at the end of it, because you're going to have someone. Look at me with that. Look at me with the Spectrum. I was trying to get the board layout, and Charles comes along, gives me a bloody picture, ultra clear. Straight away, I knew where that resistor went. Without that picture, I couldn't get a diagram to know where that resistor went on that board. As soon as I'd done that, and I had to do a little bit of trace repair, it worked. Until I found out obviously the ULA chip has gone bad. Yeah, don't MK. I don't stream. No, but no, Mr. Pico don't. He's obviously far too busy, sir. But I'm planning to do. I'm planning on starting a stream in 2026. So I'll be going. It's going to be the same for me. I mean, it'll be interesting. But do you know what? No, this is where, right, and I'm not being funny, this is where I think this is where challenges should come in, right? Obviously, now you can create live multi-streaming at the end of the day. So what this could be this is what I'm saying. It could be like a future plan thing. Like you could buy something off AliExpress and think, right, we're going to jump in, we're going to get a couple of streamers to stream live. We'll tie everyone in into one stream like they did with Andy and things like that, and we give ourselves some challenges to do. And do you know what? That actually is not a bad thing to do, because one, it tests your skills to see how good you are knowing what you do. So yes, it's a tech repair. So yes, I'm planning to do my favourite YouTubers segments once a year. So who knows who's mentioned? Yes, yeah. So yeah, Yeah, that would be, yeah. That's what I was trying. I know you was trying to arrange it, but not everyone sees it like that, my friend. At the end of the day, but that don't stop us from still doing it. At the end of the day, you know, which will be good because it pulls in other people and it grows your channel. At the end of the day, so I think there should be a challenge, right? And I think that everyone should have like 90% of the time people own a mobile phone, right? So you give yourself a 1 hour challenge to do. Pick a favourite subject, right? And this is what I was gonna. This is what I was gonna suggest. Pick a favourite. Pick a favourite subject that you know that you what you're good at, right? It gives you 1 hour, and whatever you fix, then it resells and give the money to charity at the end of the day. And regardless of how small it is, it doesn't matter. But it's the challenge. It's all about the challenging points and see who can sort of get in front of everyone else to do. And that's what that channel was all about. Obviously, like, you know, raising as much money for the children's charity on that front. Obviously, I'm trying to do something for the Dogs Trust at the end of the day. But yeah, I was trying to arrange a charity one again. But they wrote me in. So that would be fun. But I think that I'm trying to get retro in the example to better say. Yeah, I'll be right back for smoke time. No worries, my friend. No worries. So yes, I think that would be a really cool situation. Really cool situation to actually be in. Is this? Oh, it's got a bloody screw in it. I thought, well, all right, where's the screw? Didn't see the screw there. Yeah, I think like Mr. MK is very good at controllers, so I know for a fact that you won't have a problem with controllers there, my friend, because you seem to be a bit of an expert in that front with controllers, with stick drift and things like that. So yeah, that would be a good challenge to do. Even if no one else don't want to do it, but it doesn't stop us from doing something at the end of the day. On that, and I still think that would be a really cool situation, you know, a really cool thing to do. Yes, intimidate, but it's but I don't like stressing. And it's like I don't take time to chat. That's not my main job. No, of course not. At the end of the day, it's like you said, it's not. I think they put you in at the deep end there, my friend, because obviously trying to do that bloody Christmas tree was not the easiest thing to do. That was quite difficult. I would say on the difficulty level of where that was really quite difficult. Obviously, and it probably didn't help that knowing you, I bet you're the only one that had the defective tree. Like, you know, with the parts, not all that great. But I think this is what Mr. Pico wanted to try and get introduced. Yeah, it was for good cause. It was. I mean, at the end of it, it's like you said, not it's. This is the point. This is the point of the matter is to try and get other YouTubers in, and it's all about raising, you know, the fundraise on that front. So yeah, if that was me, I would have pulled everyone in, actually, into actually trying to raise as much as possible. I mean, I'm trying to raise for Dogs Trust because people don't deal with enough when it comes to unwelcome pets and things like that, and to me that's such a shame. So I'm trying to do my bit for the Dogs Trust charity. The UK is, I mean, there's people out there absolutely love their pets, and I do. I mean, comparing that, it's not an animal obviously won't tell you of the situation. Try to tell you how much they appreciate, because all they show you is love. That's all they do. They show you just unwelcome to love. All that love that an animal would give. Well, I'll put that back. The only downside is I've lost a bloody Wi-Fi thing. I've lost the ring thing for it. The ring dings. I thought I had one on there, and clearly it's not the case. Shame that didn't fit though, because I thought that was the right one, and it's clearly not. So yeah, I would have tried to got more people involved for that. I always say pets are the best, but they are. So, Mr. Imco, I totally agree with you there. So animals are more better than, without being too sort of like, I can't even put a word into place. But all I say is animals are much better than people. And you know, an animal will always show you you know, as much love as possible, and all they want, you know, they end up being your best friend. And it's a shame that they don't live that long. You get so emotionally attached to them, it's unbelievable. At the end of it, you know, but then it's like 90% of everything else in life. Nothing's not meant to last. We're only put on this planet at once. We're not going to have a second go at it, I'm afraid to say. Yeah, I always say pets are the best people, yes. Yeah. Yeah, that's a short life that makes it special, in my opinion. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly, yeah. This is why I love the you know, of all the charities, I don't think they do enough for the animal charities. Obviously, I have done so much for charities, unbelievable. Yeah, when you get a pet, and you sign, you know, and you sign that contract, you have to take care of your best abilities, because like they really take, yeah, they really take trust in me. Yeah, they do, exactly. This is why I love about animals. I think they never think twice about the way things work out. You know, they won't think nothing about, you know, they'll always come in. You can have the most crappiest day ever, right? At the end of the day, weather, you might be under the weather, you know what it's like. You know, you might have had a row with your parents, or you've had a row with your girlfriend, and you're thinking, do you know what? You know when you just feel like, you know, you feel you're right down, and yet a dog can come along and just within 10 minutes that's gone. It's just completely gone. You know, pets will just take that away. Literally take that away from you. You know, and you don't have none of that feeling. Yeah, I've had a girlfriend, and my wife almost killed me. Oh no. Oh no, yeah, they don't care about that. Yeah, just they just live in the moment. Exactly. That's it. That's exactly it, sir. They live in the moment. You're thinking, oh no. I've had my days with that. I'm staying single. I can't deal with when you get to the point in your life where you're thinking, I don't want no more drama. I can't be dealing with it at the end of the day. Yeah, they don't care about that. So it's like 90% of everything. It's not for everyone. That's why I've always had dogs. I've gotten better with animals. I should have been a better. Really, if I'd have known, I should have really. If I'd have known back in the early not 80s, I would have trained to be a vet. I think that's where I'd like to gone. Trained to actually try to help sick animals and try and save them, and that front. And but no, you don't think of these things at the moment at that time. Obviously, I've gone way past that stage now. It's too late. So yes, these things are they are definitely the spare of the moment. I don't think these are supposed to go in here. No, they're not going in. I've lost half. You know what it is, Mr. MK? I've lost half the screws. I can't frigging find them. Obviously, these screws were not meant. I don't think they was meant for that. That one might fit. Let's try that one. No, that won't fit. Just slots in. For crying out loud. Let's try that one. Let's see if I can put a bigger screw in. Oh, fuck. That's it. That's gone out. No, that ain't going in. It's too big. What about that one? Will that one go? No. That's why I like a pot of screws, because you're thinking, oh, that's all right. It's only just to hold it all in. No. Wedge that in there and it won't come out. It sounds like you. It sounds like you're screwing yourself. You know it, didn't you? You're thinking, oh no. You're thinking, no, that'd be fine. It's fine. You know, it's put on. I mean, I've already got 4 screws in it already, so it's one way or another to get screwed. Literally. Okay, one of these have got to fit. No, that won't fit. They're too wide. Some of these are too wide. I'm just running. I won't run out of screws because I don't even know what these are at to start with. So, it's like 90%. It's like 90% of these things. You end up putting them in. You're thinking, well, what was that out of? Well, I don't know. Why have I got 4 screws left over? You thinking, I'll bung it in a pot. You'll be fine. No, that one won't screw in. For crying out loud. Rules of physics, that you should always end up with more screws than what you started with. Well, in my case, I did. I mean, look, these all come out of projects that I started, and I'm thinking, well, where did half of them go? I'll just put them in a pot. So half my projects that I've got in here, obviously, I can't recall where half of these bits come from because I ended up with none. So now I ended up with all these bits. Well, I know what they're off. I know exactly what they're off. These are off a PC, and I was looking for them the other day, but now I can't find the case. So obviously, I know where the screws are now. If I do find it, I can put them back in now. I think I know where they are, but they're in a screw pot. So, but yeah, no, that's a prime example. It's literally, I started off with some thinking, but now obviously I can't. I don't know where half of these ended up. So they end up coming off something. It's got to be something. It's got to be one of these. It's definitely got to be one of these. Ends up, you know. Ah, look at that one. That one fits. Yay! That one fits. So that's another odd screw. Oh, mind you, it's getting a bit tight. No, that's all right. Oh no, it ain't actually. It's sort of like it ain't moving. No, it's not shifting. Oh, for crying out loud. No, I can't use that one. Strip the screw otherwise. Oh, for Pete's sake. There's got to be one of them in here that actually just says, no, that'll fit. That'll fit. No, that one didn't fit. I started stripping the end of that one off, see, so there's got to be something in there. Oh, I found a pointy bit one now. It's a nice pointed one. Yeah, I think that's what Mr. Pico was trying to do. He's trying to engage others. I don't think this is where I don't think everyone wants me to join in their stream, because obviously I'm too loud on that front on that. So I don't know. That's probably why they didn't ask me to stream in with them. I can't help it. It's just the way I am. I don't think I'm loud. Well, I might be a little bit, but you can't alter the way you are. Obviously, I can't. At least I'm not boring. Yeah, you're not loud on an PCDD. You're kidding? It's definitely. Look, at the end of it, everyone's got their own quirkiness, innit they? I mean, at the end of the day, some people are like, I mean, I'm an ex-Londoner. I was brought up in Bromley, in the UK. You know, so obviously some people were. Some people are just as way, but you can't. That's just I respect people. They've got a quirky way about them, and that's what I love about people. You know, some people you click, you get more engagement. You know, it's more fun. You know, the last thing you don't want to end up doing is just end up sitting here thinking, God bloody hell, it's like watching paint dry. You're thinking, right, that's it. I'm not bothering. Switch off. I mean, that's one good aspect. You can, if people don't find you entertaining, you can just switch off. Then okay, then you're better off just not streaming. Full stop. Just watch others. You know, let them take all the joy at the end of it. Because, like you said, it's not the easiest thing to actually do, to actually stream. It is really difficult, really difficult. I mean, Mr. Pico, obviously, he's, like you said, he's got his business to run, but it's good to think that he's now thinking about, you know, doing a stream as well. But the one good aspect is if he does, we can sort of join forces on that front. That would be really cool. I would like that. You know, that's one thing that I don't get to see to make it more entertaining, was to have multiple streams on one stream. So basically, and then you can give yourself challenges to do, and then you get more engagement, because obviously people are then going to start watching your channel and obviously thinking, bloody hell, this is unusual. That's one thing I have not seen on YouTube. I have not seen that at the end of the day. And that would be really cool to actually, oh, that's a bloody, no wonder that won't fit. I thought, why ain't that working? It ends up being a hex key. Oh, great. But yeah, that's one, yeah, it's true. You don't get to see multiple live streaming, right, of the same thing, and everyone jumping in. Obviously, there must. I mean, like you said, not everyone wants to. Not everyone can do that. At the end of the day, it can be done, because well, obviously they've done it on that front. But yeah, absolutely. Let's grab that. Let's see if I've got this one. Oh, look at that, Mr. MK. That one's gone in. Yes. All right, it's a black screw. Yeah, that one's done. Yay! Told you. Now I've got black screw there, silver one there. I've got two odd ones on that one. There's a gold screw in that one, and there's a big fat screw in that one. And so I've got to put one more in. I'm not even going to, but I ain't going to be able to repair this. It's way out of my league. It's just what it is. I know for a fact is that's not going to be repairable to a certain degree, and I can't be asked with car radios, so I really can't. I'm like Mr. Swindon on that front. You know, I'd rather not do them. I totally agree. Just not, you know, because you know that there's a very high risk that you're not going to be able to get that done anyway. Because look at the components. Success. Yeah, but I'm right in saying that I have never ever seen that on YouTube. I would like to see that more. I would like to see more multiple live streaming all tied into one. Can we make this 2 for 2? We might be able to make this. I think this is a 2 for 2. And she's screwing in. Well, the screw's gone in cockeyed, but oh no, it ain't. That's me. No, has it gone cockeyed? Oh, a little bit. It's a little bit cockeyed. What about the other one? Has that gone in cockeyed? No. No, that is. Yeah, that's gone in a little bit cockeyed, but it doesn't matter. She's in. She's in. So we are good. We got two black screws. So I'm hoping that we started something good there. Then yes, I think that there's a very strong chance on that. MK. Oh no, cock! Look, it's cockeyed. Well, look, they're not going to see it. You need a magnifying glass to see that, Mr. MK. So yeah, the cockeyed screw's gone in. You're not going to see how well that's gone in. It looks flush. It does look flush. I mean, that one's got a gap, but we can raise that out because the screw's not the right screws for that anyway. At the end of the day, but it's tight. It's not going to go any further, and it ain't coming apart. So I would say that's a win-win. Win-win our chicken dinner for me on that front. And we got to put all these bits. Oh, for crying out loud! You know what I ain't put back in? Look, I ain't put that bloody ribbon back in. That one. Can we put that in? Can we put that in this one? Oh, I wish I'd done that first. Oh no! Oops. Look, I'm not perfect. I'm like yourself, my friend. At the end of the day, it is not easy. Obviously, all these bloody ribbon cables. That Mr. MK, whatever you do, do not work on car radios. You think the Christmas tree was a challenge? These are even worse at that front. Yeah, don't even contemplate. That ribbon cable snapped anyway. It's got a break in it. It's ripped. Well, that ain't gonna work, is it? Oh, do you know what? Yeah, trust me. Oh, what? No, I won't. No, I won't. I mean, obviously, the laser's good in this. This was working, so there's no disc in it. But I'm not even going to wire it up. I'm not even going to wire it up. I just want to put it back together. Because I was fed up with... there was all these bits in the box. And I mean, well, where do all these bits go? I don't know. So, I've lost the bottom part. I don't know where the bloody bottom part's gone at the end of it. But they've got to be somewhere. I'll put them onto that. Bin. It's literally bin. I'll tell you what I did find last night. I did try them out. They work lovely. Why ain't that going in? Oh no, that's a bit tight. No, that's all right. No, she's good. She's good. Oh no, she ain't actually. Is that screwing in? Well, it's good. It has screwed in to a certain degree. I'll put another one at the bottom. Yeah, I know that I know they want to go to hell. Oh Jesus, I need to drop that. Let's put that one back in there. I hate these bloody things. This is why car radios are a damn right curse. I'm not even wired that up. That's not even screwing all the way in. No, because it's probably not the right bloody screw for it. Oh, do you know what? It don't matter, does it? Just put them in. Who's going to know? I can't be arsed with car radios. I really hate them. It's just all I wanted to do is just put it back together so I can then just bung it in a box. Oh, for freaking... No, they're not screwing in. Oh, fuck it. These obviously... Well, then what screws was they off? I don't even know what screws they was off. See, Mr. NK, not everyone's perfect on that front, my friend. So when you struggle, you're not the only one out in that market. 90% of us, we will go through some form of hell to try and put all of this back together. It probably didn't help. I did have all the screws, but obviously over the time that, like, you know, you open all these projects up, and then all of a sudden you think, well, why ain't it working? I don't know. You know, now I've dropped the screw now. I'll leave it on the floor. It won't hurt. As long as the dog don't eat it. Let's have a look to see if this one will go on there. No. Ah, was that? No, it's too. No, it tightens up. No. Right. Will it be a smaller one? No, that's too small. I can't squeeze that in there. Bin. Put it in the bin. That's it. Can we put the little screw ones in? Oh, look at that. They work lovely. Right, that's it. Put the black ones in. Where was one of them little black ones? I had one of them little black ones here. That's why I love a pot of screws. I mean, obviously, it's not designed for what's happening, but at least I'm recycling the screws. The screws are getting recycled as we speak. Yeah, there's another one there. The other one didn't go all the way in. I haven't got a clue where. So yeah, I don't know where these are. The actual, where the screws, actually the original screws, where these went. But, you know, it don't matter. We can wing it. Oh, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. I've got an odd screw in there that ain't gone all the way down. That one's gone all the way... Is that gone all the way down? That one's gone all the way down. That one's not gone all the way down. Let's see if... I know it sounds silly, but let's take this one out. God, jeez. I'll put that in. I can't get it out. Right, I'll take this one back out. Right. Let's find one of them little black ones again. Might be able to find another one of them little tiny black ones. And they tend to do... Here, here's one there. See? That'll do. Lovely. The only downside is... Can I squeeze that in? Yes. Look at that. And I didn't even drop it. How cool is that? She's now screwed right the way in. So I've put all the screws in. We've just got odd screws. Just, you know. And I've not put the ribbon back in it. Because obviously... Oh, and I can't find the back plate for the thing. But it's good. Is that it? Is that all they do? Is that? Oh right. Oh, I see. Because you've got to have a little screw at the side there. I don't know where the bottom part is. Where's the bloody bottom plate gone? I've lost that somewhere. Yeah, that must be a screw for that side. So I screwed that one in. Yeah, like it was a security seal, see? So, and there's the other one from that. I don't know where the bottom part's gone. Obviously, I can't find that. It's got to be somewhere. I don't even know where the bloody harness is for it, to be honest. Obviously, I've lost the... Well... It's partly put back together. It's good. I mean, all right, don't look at the bottom, but you know, obviously it's run. It's literally, yeah, Chris. No, that's all right, Chris. You're not looking at this part. This is transparent, right? It's just transparent. There is a bit of glass going over that. You just can't see it. It's that clear. You can just see a shine. See that shine? It's a mirror shine. So if I put it back, you could always put it back in the car, right? Obviously, I haven't got the car now, so, you know. But one of these did come out. Where was it? Was it in here? Oh, yeah, that might be that one. Yeah, one of these, because this one had all the thing, but I've lost the plug for it. I ain't got a clue where the plug's gone. Obviously, this wasn't the plug for it. I don't know what that was. What was that off then? I don't know. I don't even know what that was off. No, I can't find the plug. But she's done. She's put back together. I'll now pass it over to Randy because he likes car radios. He'll think, no. No, I wouldn't do that. He don't like car radios. Well, that's fixed. Well, it ain't fixed, but it's put back together. To me, it's fixed. Right, I can put all these screws back in. Fuck. I don't know how long that's been sitting around for, because I lost half the bits for it. So don't ask. If I lived next to Mr. Pico, I'll be donating Mr. Pico, put that in your rubbish pile. That'll clear my front room. I've got a box of bench power supplies under there, brand new bench power supplies. They come out of a Dell computer, but it's like he said, they don't fetch nothing. You better, because you'll get more money on scrap. I went, God, that'd be alright, because then I can get rid of half the crap I've got under tape on. I can't move under there as it is. I've got that big fucking. I've got that big system thing under there. The desktop the bar top computer thing. Yeah. Send it to Andy. He shits and he giggles. Literally, yeah. I don't think he would like that one. That one ain't got a thing on it. So yeah, I don't know what this one was. This might be from that. Is it? Is it for that? No, clearly not. I don't know. So what was this off then? I haven't got a clue. That might have been off an earlier front. Yeah. There's scrap power supplies. We just cut off the wires. Yeah. Like you said, you get more, obviously, but it's a brand new box. There's a brand new box. There's about 22 in there, right, of bench power supplies for Dell computers. I don't even know where they come from, but it's like everywhere. Probably somewhere from the hospice, that front. It's a shame about that's got a crack on it, though. But anyway, fixed. Now, obviously, the Roberts radio. Look at the crummy speaker. You know what I mean? Obviously, I did have the bench. I did have the thing. I think I nicked the radio. I might have nicked the. Yeah, I might have nicked the. I might nick the antenna off this one. On that front. Oh, this one's got the old. Oh, it does look a bit grimy, you know. It's not like the best. 6-volt, 1.5 amps. That's what I said to you. But we have got. Oh, look. Oh, no, they're a bit rusty. She's a rusty. Look at the rust in that. My God, they're rusty. Yeah, they're a bit rusty, them ones. I think someone's left the batteries in there, and obviously the Roberts radios. Roberts radios are pretty good. I don't know what this is. Pause plus. I think you can pause the live radio and resume it. I think that's what you could do. But it said on there you've got a recording function. Oh right, I see, that's what that is. Mr. Hot Cows. Yes, tech repairs. Sorry, I was that screwified for them. I was screwified for the moment. Oh no, Jesus. So yeah, obviously this. I think that's what that function's for. But yes, sorry, Children X, I have to go and start making a New Year's dinner. thank you for your talk and good luck and take care of yourself, Mick. Thank you, Mr. MK. I will be looking forward to your live streaming again, sir. So enjoy. Just save a bit for me. Just save just a little bit. Just a little. Thank you, Mr. MK. Legend as always, sir. Thank you very much. So, yes, it's EFF off. Yes, he's bye, my friend. Take it easy. Thank you, MK. Thank you so much. How rude. Oh, poor Mr. MK. That's it. How rude. Thanks, Mr. Hotcow. That's it. That's obviously it's. Oh, I've got Mr. Pico's stickers. I've only got 4 left. I've been putting Mr. Pico's stickers on everything for approval of a seal. So obviously I've got a couple left. So anything I end up fixing, I'll put a Pico sticker on. So, and I've obviously got his badge hanging up behind the thing as well. So it gives it a thumbs approval on that front. So let's open this bench bloody power supply. Obviously. Oh, that was that car radio player, was it? Oh, right. That was an MP3 one, apparently. Ah. So, let's move some junk out of the way, because I can't move the software here. So, obviously, this is the bench power supply. I need a scalpel. Oh God, that sounds lethal. All right. It's so rude. You crack me up, Charles. You really do. Well, they wrap this up well. You know what they have and all. I've got to watch my fingers there. Fucking nasty one. Look like they're all. Why did bye Mick. Hi Charles. Oh, it's by. Oh yes, yeah. He's obviously got to go and do his. I forgot because it's New Year's Day over there, isn't it? So, yeah. Did you have to pay? Yes, I'm afraid I did. Chris, on that front. Before I cut it off, it tells you on there. Let me show you. I had to cough up. This was the charge. So obviously I didn't get charged. Oh no, yeah, it weren't great. There's no import duty. It comes up. Import duty was 0. Exercise duty was 0. But the VAT in the UK was obviously £38 and 25 pence for VAT, and then there was a £12 handling fee that the customs I had to pay for that. But even though no import duty or exercise duty, there was 0. So really, the VAT, everything in the UK, we have to pay 20%, which is disgusting. And then there was a handling fee to charge on top. Obviously, Royal Mail had to charge an handling fee of £12 for handling it and setting it, going through. As if they bloody get enough. Yeah, it's all right. I scrubbed out all my info, so you kind of got that. Yeah, so yeah, they didn't get. You can't get away from it. You can't get away from it. The UK has to hit you with something, and then remember the tax man. As if the tax man gets enough out of everyone. At the end of the day, they're not happy unless they're grabbing more taxes out of them. Oh, fright the bloody sneeze. You're going to get taxed. You think I'm great? You know, they wrap this up well. It feels like a bloody parcel box. Jesus. Right, she's off. Well, I would say, fuck me, you can put a dead body in that bag. You literally could wrap someone up. You can literally, I would say that was well wrapped. I would say they've done a good job of the Chinese. They've done a fantastic job of, you know, putting this to. The box was a bit crushed in the corner. Obviously, you can see where they've been throwing it around on that front, and then obviously you can see like the bench RD 6030 Max, and then obviously it tells you. So output current on this is output is 1440 watts. I mean, that's ridiculous. 60 volts 30 amps. I mean, so it's not a 60 amp one, I've got that wrong. It's obviously, and they give you these stupid plugs, which obviously I'm gonna have to sort that plug out. I can't plug that. Our plug, we ain't got one of them bloody plugs. EU plug. It's the only ones that are going, and it says upwards, so obviously we've got to open it up from this way. But anyone can translate, be my guest. And do you reckon that says the word bottom? Yeah, obviously they've made that quite clear. But it's regarding the experience. It's a bit crushed on the corners here, so this must have took a bit of a bumps on the. Yeah, literally have. So yeah, it's gone well. It's gone well. So yeah, you know, in the eyes of Donald Trump, because he don't like the Chinese, do they? He's always on the back with the Chinese. Donald Trump, he makes me laugh. You know. Right, so let's put this on before I stab myself to death, and then I'll end up at A&E. Now we got a pack. Oh, I know what they are. They're all the leads and other bits and pieces. Which is good. There's not much. You don't get much room in here, do you? I mean, look at the gap. I mean, it's all bloody box. I'm curious to see. Right, let's get rid of the box first. So, they've got more tape. Mind you, they have sealed that. I'd say one thing. Oh, it did take a whack. Look, got a dent in it. So I bet they slung this at some point on its travels. At the end of the day, I might be able to just peel that off and just trying to cut that round on that. But yeah, let's have a look. The tape's got to join from somewhere. Oh no, perhaps not. Alright, yeah, I'll just have to cut it. I think the knife's blunt as hell on this. Here she goes. Now she's open. It's like opening up Tutankhamun's tomb, isn't it? So you think, oh, look at that. And we got a certificate. We have got a certificate. So we've got a certificate of approval. Yeah. Now that bag, obviously, if they didn't have that protected, can you see that would have impacted all of this. Everything else was all right, but something took a whack here where they threw it on that front, and obviously they're not bothered. Yeah. So that did take a little bit of an impact there. Whatever that was, it's bulged just a little bit. So that was lucky. Polystyrene is the best thing to put, I think, for transportation. So I thought that does make sense. Well, they stitched it well. I'll say one thing. It was well packaged, 100%. They've done a fantastic job of packaging it. It's a nice machine. But for what we paid, I'm thinking we still got a bargain. Regardless, what did it cost me? 160. Cost me 160 and another 50. So I'm looking at 220. For 220 quid, it still ain't bad. It ain't a bad deal, to be honest. No, it's not a bad deal at all. Yeah, don't forget the new toys that you've got to take apart and see what's inside. Oh no, not the. Oh, it's the PSU. Yes. So, yeah. What of Mr. MK's toy, is it? It's fucking monstrous. I'll tell you what. Oh, I've lost the card. The card's gone. The Chinese card's gone. Tell you what, that seriously weighs some. That's got some weight to it. At the end of the day, that is no exaggeration. Obviously, I won't bother putting that because we've got loads of these on these fronts. Now, obviously, this bench power supply, the bench power supply one. I haven't got the Wi-Fi card. I didn't order it at the end of the day. It only connects to your phone anyway, so it's not really important at the end of it, so I'm not really bothered. You can operate it from your phone. That's all it gives you the function of at the end of the day. I've got enough fucking apps on my phone as it is on that front. But yes, nice chunky buttons up front. Comparing that to that size, oh my frigging god, it dwarfs it. It literally, that's right back to where that is. There's got to be a finger, half a finger gap in front on that, and it's much heavier as well. So yeah, I would definitely say that this is a bit of a beast on that front. But we can plug her in. It's not an issue because that's got the. I'm pretty sure. Has that got the same? Yeah, that is. So that one's got the same bench. It's got the same plug connector on this front. But how do you connect it to your PC? Does this come? Because this. I'm pretty sure that you can connect it. I'm pretty sure that you have to connect it from the front. It's from the, yeah, it's going to be from the front. So I've got to have a wire coming out the front to go into the PC. Great, lovely. Yeah, I bet all the wires are in here. Let's have a look. Bloody typical. Yeah, the USB side, yeah. It's deep. I'll tell you what, Chris, it weighs a ton. It's really built. It's obviously due to that massive heatsink inside. Mr. Mr. PCDD opened his one up, and obviously I see there was a big aluminium block inside there to take all that excessive heat away. I mean, look at this stupid plug. Why would they give you an EU plug at the end of the day? Now that means I've had to buy an adapter to convert it, or just cut it off and just put another. But I'm not going to bother with that. Oh, we've got the Chinese ingredients Oh, I can't be bothered to read. Red. And we've also got the, I've lost the certificate today. Now, obviously we've got these bits and pieces. Yeah, I think that's that USB lead. I won't need to open that because I've got loads of them, so that's not an issue. Now, these are the ones that Mr. PCDD recommended. God, Jesus. They are seriously... I can see why, because this cranks up to 30 amps. Yeah, you've got to have heavy duty leads, but I've got a job to bloody open that. He weren't kidding, they had heavy duty. They were proper heavy duty. They give you a couple of copper washes, right? I don't know what this is. This looks like a sensor. Is that a sensor? I don't know what that is. They obviously I can't be bothered to read it. Yeah, that's made really to going out to hurt your feeling. Actually, do you know what? I'll put no. You put that inside, right? I'll tell you what, Charles. You're not kidding there, my friend. Fucking put them on your nipples. You're gonna cry. That's gonna hurt. That will seriously put. That will seriously put tears to your eyes. That you've got to really force these. That is no exaggeration. It's a lovely bit of copper, though. I mean, proper heavy duty. I mean, I suppose they would do cranking 30 amps on this. Obviously, mine can only deal with 5. That'd make you cry. You put that on, plug that sensor in the back and poke it through inside to measure your temp. Right, makes sense. I wonder why they give you that. See, this is why I love the community. Yeah, I think you're right. So we've given, fuck me, that's a nice long bit of lead, isn't it? So obviously you poke that. So this must be a probe sensor at the end of the day. So I'm glad I asked first, because it just saves me going through the book and looking through it. So we'll plug that in. You're right, it's exactly it. So it says on there, and it does state it on it. It says on there that the external temperature sensor socket. So yeah, you're right. But it don't tell you where to poke it. I mean, bloody hell, there's a lot of like, you know, saying that's the power supply, that bit's to turn off on bit on there. But obviously, I don't want to jam that in. I don't want to jam that in to where the fan goes, because then that's going to stop the fan from spinning. And poke it through inside to measure the temperature. So yeah, I think you're right. I think what this does, you put that through. I haven't poked that all the way through. I've just gone inside this shield bit, but not gone through to the thing side to it, because it's all sealed up inside, and you can see it's got like a shield all the way round. But I can tidy that up. It's not a problem. But yeah, it's a bit of a strange way of. But yeah, then I've got to admit, them bloody clamp things. Yeah, you weren't kidding. Fucking nearly strong as hell. Let's tidy these wires up first. Wire these wires back up. But they've got some serious clamping on them. So right, and then what that does, I think Mr. Pico's right. What that does, it then should read the internal temperature setting of the fan, blowing it all out. Yeah, it's really for sensing for the battery temperature, so it keeps right. So that's what initializes its right. It does, which makes sense. It just keeps an eye on the temps, what it's obviously how long it's on for, and you know, things like that. I'm trying to look for. Did have an elastic band somewhere. No, that'll do. I'll use one of them. Just want to tidy these back pin things up. God, I tell you what, them clamps, fucking hell, that will make your eyes water, mate. I'm telling you that now. Right. Let's clear some soot off the top. I would say it's really heavy duty. You know, it won't. I wouldn't say that it was like it's lightweight or anything like that. Obviously, I don't need these. I've got loads of these bits that I can plug into PCs, so I'm not going to bother. But the clamps, yeah, the clamps, them, Jesus, they have got some serious clampage on. Yeah, I'm going to be back. I'm going to grab a coffee. No worries, my friend. I've got to clear all the crap off the table anyway, so. Charles makes me laugh. You fucking nipple clamps. It cracks me up. Literally, you put them on there, that make your eyes water. You wouldn't want to put them on. Fucking hell, it's a serious job trying to clamp them down. You know, even trying to open them up. It was a colossal. Right, let's get rid of this. Let's make the clearing. Oh, fuck it, no, not the keyboard. Now, oh, that one's light as anything. Oh, it's still got a little bit of weight to it, but oh, that did have a USB port. I don't know what they use that for. Like I said, I paid good money for that. So what I've done, I've put the sensor behind the fan itself. You can see it. So I've sort of like strapped it behind that front. So hopefully, now obviously I'm going to plonk it here. I ain't got much room on the table as it is, but we'll wing it. Shouldn't be too bad. Oh, fuck's sake. Yeah, it's a much bigger. It sticks out more. It definitely sticks out more. Yeah, you won't kid. They ain't kidding how much it sticks out. That's quite a bit of a sticking out that front. Let's switch her on for a minute. Oh, I see, yeah. So we've obviously got, like, you know, all your temps and things. Can these actually come off? How did they clamp them on then? These must have actually come off. One side for a minute. Now, obviously, I think you do. Can you pull these off? Oh, you can. So you can unscrew these. I'll turn it off a minute. Are they spades, them things? Yeah, I think so, Carrefour. I think they did. And then they use banana jacks. The banana jack ones you can plug straight in. It's got a nice heavy duty side to that. I like the idea of it. Now obviously I know by the fact of Mr. PCDD did say the green one was for battery, and it's got a battery symbol on it, so I assume he's 100% right. He's already done the homework, so by watching his video made it a lot easier for me, because yeah, they're really useful. I see a useful function. Yeah, I don't know if I use it, no. Mind you, I suppose it would do, because you can then charge up all your batteries. Yeah, Yeah, reverse the battery the wrong way. I don't know if it won't charge. Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know. But you got banana jacks in. So if I remember correctly, have I got any banana jacks? I might have a spare couple of banana jacks. Let's have a quick look. No, they won't be in that one. Now look, I think I've got some spare banana jacks. I just want to see if that is a banana jack. It looks like it to me. Yeah, we are. I've got some banana jacks here. Right, so these should just plug in. And they do. So these are banana jack plugs. So I can make one up. So it's not an issue. I can make a lead up that clips in. Because they use these banana jacks for mainly audio. And that's what these ones are for over there. But it don't matter. Like, not the greatest. They're cheap and cheerful. Yeah, it can make sense of the polarity. I mean, it's that one is on there. So I assume all you really need, if you're doing battery, will just be a negative and the green. Because that's another live, basically. It's saying it's another live up front. But yeah, it's actually quite. Now, obviously, I've got a rewatch of because you've got to press shift on this front, and that temperature of what you're saying, it won't go down anymore with that. Let's see if I can plonk this up. I might be able to raise this up a bit, so it'll make it a bit easier for you guys. So obviously we've got like a shift. So you can hold the shift down and then just select, you've got all your outputs. Obviously, once you take the shift off, you can keep all your power in there and then you can get all the voltages spiking up. Shift and +0. Oh, there you go. Thank you, my friend. You done the job for me. That front. So, obviously, you got you because you can have a waveform there. You can, but on that, yeah, it's the same interface as mine. Oh right, oh nice. So obviously it's 62 volts, 30 amps, and 20. So it's 30.2 amps. It's set at 30 amps, just over 30 amps. Now he toned these down to about 29 at the end of the day. I'm not going to go nowhere near that. That's all right if you was reaching its limit, because obviously you're peaking you're actually peaking its performance to its max. I'm going to get nowhere near 30 amps, so there's no point tweaking it. You're better off just leaving it alone. I mean, it's just nice to know that that's powerful than a fucking car battery. A car battery is about just under what, 20 amps. Even on that, I think a 24 volt battery for a lorry is amps on that is roughly around about 30 amps. So this is coming up to a lorry car battery. It's got to be. It's good to know that for what it can do now, and then obviously you've got all your memory settings on that front. But yeah, yes, yeah. There you go, 600 to 1,000 amps. God, is that how much? In ampage wise? Oh my god. Oh, I take it back then, it's obviously not enough. Gee, I thought that was going to be more than that. Take out the boot power, boot logo, you've got a buzzer, backlock. Where's that fucking slow rate? Update rate, yeah, that's for your battery. If you was updating it, yeah, you'd want it slow. Max power 1440 watts. You can have a temperature in Celsius. Bus interface is the USB. Time and date. Oh, here we go. Let's sort of the time and date. Fucking set at 2019. The PC DD turned his buzzer off. Yeah, I'm going to turn that off. That would be annoying. In that front. let's have a quick look. So what we had, 31st. So let's see if we can. So it's. Well, don't set it until you put the battery in. Oh, wow, right. That's a good question. They didn't give me a battery, and I'm not going to have a battery for this, so there's no point setting it. So I'm going to have to get the battery for it. So this is another thing. You're going to need to expand the desktop space. Fucking tell me about it. I didn't realise how much this took up. Comparing to the other one, this thing takes some serious amount of... I need to turn that... yeah, that's it. Buzzer. There you go. Just have a look. How do you turn the bloody buzzer off? Oh, there you go. No, that's for that. You're gonna, yeah. I thought that would have turned off, to be honest. Got shift, memory, reset. Can't seem to turn it off. Well, that's bloody annoying straight away. It's that buzzer. Chris. Yeah. I'm gonna have to get the. I'm gonna have to find out the thing, because I'm gonna have to open up and put. Otherwise, it won't keep none of the settings. It's gonna default everything. The buzzer's gonna keep coming on, isn't it? Is there a way of turning this poxy buzzer off? It's doing my head in. Obviously, if you press the button, it resets it. It's the only thing. Yeah, you need to select it with the knob. Oh, thank you. That's now made it a lot easier. There you go. Got rid of that fucking annoying noise. Backlight. Put it on 5 so I can see it. Slow rate, maximum presenter. Oh, that's better. No, I don't have to hear that bloody annoying noise. Double click the knob and then you get to the menu. Thank you, my friend. Much appreciated. Yeah, when you when you're done, yeah. So yeah, the boot. That buzzer. Who'd want to put a bloody buzzer in it? Oh, I see. There you go. Just turn it. That's the time. So what we why have they put it in bloody 100 hours? I hate that. $15.09. Thanks, thank you, bud. I've done that. It's actually not too bad. Well, that makes it easier for me because it only goes up to 31st, so we are good, and then that's it. So that should digital stylus. So we got. Oh, I see. You can have normal or segment ones, right? Okay. And then you can pick what colour you want it set all that. Oh, sorted. Well, it's actually not too bad. It's expecting that to be. I was expecting that to be a lot, lot worse on that front. So let's see if we can power something up. Let's do this voltage. So let's set this. What's this? 12 volt, 0.1 amp. I just want to see if it pulls anything through. So first things first, it's cranked up 5 volt 30 amps. Nah, the fucking hell, that'll take off. Literally think, no, that's not going to happen. try it. Right, here we go. So VSET, which is some of you others. So 12 volt, cool. And your offset, we don't want, I don't want 30 amps either. So we'll crank her up 1 amp. Yeah, that'd rather set mine within to draw 200 milliamps. So I've set it up on there anyway, so yeah, it's not too bad. And then it's set. So really, all you basically do is just alter these two, set your value. I mean, already that sensor is seeing that. So it's cranked at 12 volts at 1 amp, right? Nothing uses up to 1 amp. So let's do a little bit of voltage injection in and see what we can try and get off. I use some of these keys because I want to use some of these and have a look. But that should be practical. But put it on low. I've should be alright. I know exactly. I ain't going too mad with it. No front. So that one can go on that one, and that one can go on that one. Cool. So right. So what I've done on here, right, I'm going to use these keys, right? So what I've done, I've probed 2 of these, right? I'll put a piece of foam in between, or a piece of metal. I ain't cranking it up to 30. You'll fry it. Literally thinking, something's smoking. I've only had it 2 minutes and already he's killed it. So it won't turn on until I've pressed the thing anyway. So I'm going to sandwich this so these two do not touch, right? So nipple clamp on one side. Fucking hell, I've got a job to move that, you know. And then I can put one the other, and then we should be good to go. They are got some serious torque on these. Serious torque. There you go. So there's nothing touching. Right, she should be good. So she does, and then basically you can start seeing the power that is pulling. So which is cool. I like that already. So we can then see the power line of how much that's actually pulling and what is in milliamps, what it's got in amperage. It's 0.04 watts of a power. Crank it up. That's exactly, you must have read my mind, my friend. So we can take then we'll take the voltage, swap that over, we'll crank this up. Now we're making a difference. I'll keep the amperage about 1 amp, right, and just crank up the voltage. And you can clearly see we're up to 15 and she's ramping up. It's actually a good little fan. I know it's only supposed to take 12 at the end of it, but and the good thing is you can move this so you can actually amper it up or turn it down. Yeah, I like that. I like the idea. I like the idea of the way this is. At the end of the day, I don't want to crank up too much because I'll burn the motor out. It's only supposed to be up to that. But the main thing is, she's so we can show him wattage. We can change all of this. Yeah, I would say that's actually quite cool. You input, it's telling you what the voltage is on that one. Yeah, that's actually not up to six. No, 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 it's not up to that. No, obviously you've got that's the your input voltage that you can take into is 67, obviously, but I'm using the yellow because it's in yellow. You can alter this. You can alter this and tell you roughly what it's using on that front. So yeah, I was actually saying that's not bad at all. But it's telling you what it's pulling anyway. So we're pulling about 1 watt of power out of the one, out of that. So remember, this goes up to 114 watts on that front. But it's good because it tells you the amperage and the wattage. And if you don't want to do that, you can have it in sort of like a graph format, and then you can sort of keep an eye on it that way, because then you can keep an eye on all your amperage and your wattage on that front. But yeah, that's actually quite cool. Yeah, give it some welly. Right, let's crank her up. $16, 17, 18, 19, 20 volts. Now she's seriously cranking up now, and we can see that on the actual graph itself. It's really going, and that's really blowing. Comparing, this was set at 12 straight away. Now we got these nice big heavy duty leads that on there. Now the voltage has gone up. The cranking amps on that, it's only gone up by 0.2, so it went from 7 to 9. So, and we're now at 1.8 watts, nearly 2 watts of power. So yeah, it's actually, it's not bad at all. Comparing, that's what it is. But I would actually say, otherwise I'll burn the motor out. But yeah, this was dedicated direct current. It's at 12. But I'll tell you what, that's actually not bad at all. It's sort of, I need a little bit of tweaking, but first events, it's not bad. It's actually a good. It's got some welly, I'll give her that. And then fucking cranking, them nipple clamps. I can't go with that. Crap me up. But yeah, I would say this does need, obviously, you need room. This thing's a bit of a beast comparing to the other one that I've had. But I don't like the idea. I think Mr. PCDD's right. They could have put that at the back instead of at the front, in the front of it. But these leads, yeah, I would definitely say 100%. They are, you need something that heavy duty. I think what I need to do is buy some heavy duty ones that have got probes on, or just leave these on and just put the probes on it, because these will clamp anyway. But you've got to really push it down to give that some. Yeah, I think I would have took it to 60 volts and alerted it for 2 seconds. 60. Obviously she can crank all the way up to that. I mean, she's got some serious pulling power on it. But I think you're right that, yeah, stick your tongue on it. No, just stick my tongue. Fuck it, go on, light up like a Christmas tree. I mean, you'll know for a fact that you're touching something on that front. But I would say, yeah, I'd say, was it worth the money? Yeah. I mean, to me, I think they could have thrown a battery in, like cheapskates at the end of the day. But does so actually. So yeah, I would definitely say on that, it's definitely it takes some fucking room up on this bench. You don't realise that far that's gone right the way back. I don't want to push it all the way back on that front because I'll end up bending that pin out. But it's not ideal. Of the length is colossal. Comparing, where's that other one? if I put the other one on there, there's no comparison. Fucking look how much difference. If I put that corner to corner, right, just put that right onto the corner and see it. Right, that's it. That's measured that. Look at the difference. Alright, this is taller. Look how much wider this is. Yeah, it's not for the faint. I mean, I didn't even know that had a USB port on the back of it. I don't know what that was for. But yeah, comparing that to that, it's a lot lower, but this is a lot wider. And obviously a lot bigger. On that front, but I would definitely say it's more fancier. It's a shame, really. I would have liked to put it up there, but it would have stuck out literally about that much from the front on here. Because look at the length of this bloody thing. There's no other way of trying to mount that, to try and put it somewhere. So yeah, you could have. That's the only downside. For owning something like this is because, again, you need the room, and this bench is obviously not big enough, regardless to what I've built it. It's obviously, it takes a lot of room up. I think with something like that, remember back in the day that when you put a 9-volt battery on your tongue, oh god, that, yeah, just to test, was that for testing purposes? You'd end up testing that, didn't you? You think, oh, that's all right. I'll just oh, how are you going to test to see if the battery's gone flat? Oh no, you used to just shove it on your tongue. It was a bit like sherbet fizz. You think, no, that'd be all right. Yeah, there's life back in the girl. She's still breathing. Jesus. So you think, well, I won't be doing that again at the end of it. But yeah. Oh, actually, we can test these. Was that tested at 12? Let's have it, because this was for an indicator for a motorbike. Let's just have a quick look. Let's have a, yeah, 12. No, I can't put 12 volt 1 amp. That'll do. So where's the black? Switcher on. Nothing. Seriously? Oh, well, I switched her on. Now she's on. I thought, why ain't she working? And the other one should be for the blinking. Oh no, it's for the back, isn't it? So we've got like a blue on that front. Yeah, she's pulling. It's pulling hardly nothing. It's actually 11.99 volts. That's pulling. That pulls power. The back one don't. Can't grip it. Fuck's sake. Yeah, that's the LED, it seems like. Well, that pulls power. That actually does pull a little bit on the power side, on that front, but the back one don't seem to pull anything, which it don't. It just lights up on the blue side. So yeah, I mean, it's good for what it is. It's like you said. Is it worth the money? It's for what we paid with the import duty and taxes. Obviously, not the import, because we haven't been charged for that. We've been charged for VAT and handling fee. For about 220 quid, it's still a little bit cheaper than what we would have bought one on eBay at the end of the day. Yeah, it's the LEDs. So, yeah, I mean, obviously, these were going roughly around about, what are they, 240 to 260? Yeah, it's worth it. I would definitely say 100% at the end of it. I would have got it sooner if I'd have bloody known then. But again, no notification. So obviously it was sitting there. It was only till they sent me the card through saying you need to pay the import taxes. Thinking right at the end of it. But yeah, definitely 100%. Yeah, 2025 tells you the time and date up there. So if I turn that off, and it pulsates, and I didn't know that. That must be like hold up, guys. Sorry, guys. Yeah, it's just him in the stream. Yeah, actually, you can actually plug the probes into the banana jacks on the bench power supply. Well, I've just done that. I've just tried that. Yeah, because they use banana jacks on these. So the good thing is, they're clamped on, and then you can make a set of leads up. And if you want to do voltage injection, I think that's where that would come in handy on that front. But that's so basically, I don't like the idea. So when you turn it off, it pulsates. It just pulsates. So you can't. If you hold it on, I thought that would have physically turned it off. Look, right, and it don't. It shuts off instant, but it just puts it in. But look, that's not turning off. And you think, right, I'll hold the button in to see if it'll turn off. Yeah, I always turn mine off. That's what it is. So you turn it off at the back. That's the idea of the switch. And then the voltage is, that's obviously, it's turned off at the back. It's still pulsating. Obviously, that's the capacitor's discharging. Wow. Fuck me, them caps hold a charge in, didn't they? Look, I turned that off. It's still going. You know, that's only just discharged and turned off. Wow. See, that goes to show them caps really hold that charge for that buck converter. That's unbelievable. Yeah, I was definitely saying that's a step up to what I've got. I just don't like the idea of you've got to have a wire coming out the front to then trace to plug it into your computer to then download the software, to then put it on display so you can see the voltages through your OBS software at the end of the day. Obviously, Mr. PC has already done these. I will have to set that up, that front. But I won't use their lead. I've got much better leads. Yeah, it's annoying to have in the main switch at the back at the moment. Yeah, and you have to switch that off. Yeah, to be honest, I thought they would have put it all onto the one switch system at the end of the day. But that's the way they've done it, innit? Yeah, but yeah, so now that's turned off, right? I'll let the capacitors drain. Yeah, I use... Yeah, I'm used to it now. You do. I mean, to be honest, I did that already anyway. So, because the other one's got the exact same problem. So I'll switch it on. Let's see if it's lost all the power. Yeah, it has. So the time and date is defaulted back. So that indicates that this needs a clock battery in. So I'm going to have to try to get the battery that's obviously, and it's tucked right at the front. Chris, do they actually, Carford, do they actually use the same, do they all use the same CRT 32 batteries? Because I've got loads of them. I bet it ain't, is it? I bet it's going to be a different bloody battery that they end up using. Because I could have put a battery in it. Oh, no, I'm not going to add that one then. CR1220, no. Now I've got the 32s. Obviously, it's a smaller battery then. Oh, for crying out loud! How did I know you was going to say that? I just had a gut feeling. No, these batteries are too big. So that's a smaller battery. These are too big. CR 2025s. I've got a 2016s. No, the 1220s are much smaller. Oh, that's a shame. Right, okay. I might have to buy that online. Yeah, I'm not going to have one of them. The 2012s, all it is the thickness grades, but the 2012s, the 1220 ones are actually smaller. They're actually a smaller battery, and I won't have one of them. That front. Oh, that's a pisser. I'll have to order that online. I'll get that ordered up because they won't even sell that in the shop. I won't even be able to buy that. If I tried getting one of them, they're all going to be standard sizes, so that'll have to be ordered online. I'll get a good one, like a Panasonic or something like that. Yeah, I think I've got mine online. You won't be able to buy them. I'm afraid you won't be able to buy them in a shop. They're smaller. They're a smaller battery. It looks the same when you compare them. It's just much smaller. Now, why did they do that? Yeah, they're on that size. That's what I don't understand. If that's the case, why didn't they just make a classic CR32 battery, the 2032s, that actually just went straight inside, a standard watch battery? It would have been easier. They've done that deliberately, Great. Do you know what? I didn't even power this up. You know, what's all that? It looks like glue. Sure Bronson ain't glued this up. I don't even know if this has got power in it. It should have. Yeah, it's got power in it. And basically, you give it the hand command, and then what it does, it tracks you. Right? So when you put your phone in, you give it the hand command, or something like that. You have to give it a command, and then what it does, it's face tracking. I've got, the motor moves at the bottom. They're actually quite cool, these. I got this off TikTok at the end of the day. But yeah, it's actually quite cool because what you do, you dock your phone on it. So it comes with like the thing on it, and then as you're holding it, and then the phone tracks of where you are. But yeah, they're actually quite cool. Oh right, okay, yeah, actually quite cool. Obviously, with the face tracking ID, there is a way you can actually. I'm sure you give it a command or something. Yeah, I've got a lot of them 1221s laying around. It's probably it's always a way, isn't it? Like when you know that they've done that deliberately, you're thinking that you can't just have that one of them odd sizes, and you think, oh, for crying out loud. Obviously, where was that? Oh, it was in here. That's it. I need to tidy this table up. This back in this. I still don't know if this works properly, to discharge that capacitor, because I ordered one. And there was nothing in it. Literally nothing. Well, guys, I thought I'd pop on anyway and do a stream, but because Andy's still streaming on that front, so yeah. But I thought I'd pop on just to show me rear me ugly head, and you know everyone's finding out what was going on, because obviously it's. But yeah, that was a surprise. I'm glad I've done an unboxing vid on that. But that's actually quite easy to use. That wasn't too hard on that front, but it's a lot more powerful than my other one. That front. But yeah, thanks guys for popping on. I'm gonna have to order some parts, because obviously I've got nothing else to fix, because I'm waiting for ordering some parts. But I thought I'll just put that together, and while I'm putting it together, and I'm doing an unboxing video on this. So yeah, thanks for popping on. Mr. Pico, thank you very much for me. Carfor, as usual, thank you so much, my friend. Mr. Hotcales was in earlier on, and obviously it's saying it is 4 in the stream with the lurkers. So whoever's lurking in the background, thank you so much. And I will catch you guys again. Obviously, I'll have some parts to repair some of these items. But there's obviously going to be Mr. MK and all the others. But yeah, thanks for popping on. And I'll catch you guys very, very shortly. Take it easy, guys. Thanks very much.